Hi Scorpios, welcome to Wednesday, October 25th, 2023. I would like to do a reading today for a spiritual level up, I think. I've been feeling some kind of heavy spiritual energy the last couple of days, and it feels like a big release of some old stuff. So whatever that is for you, especially with the last 2.5 year cycle with this lunar eclipse and this lunar eclipse in Taurus coming up on October 28th. Let's do a reading to release that and bring in a spiritual level up today. Cool. So just opening with the sound healing, I got this, I have this needle and thread for knitting, and I heard thread the needle. On the Thoth Tarot, which I think we'll use today also, the universe has a woman on the sort of like conveyor belt of the Ouroboros of the universe with a hooked needle that's being thread through the eye of like the greater higher self or the witness consciousness. So as far as spiritual level up goes and the card of the universe or the world closing out a cycle, you might be basically looking back into your previous experiences. Again, this last 2.5 year cycle, maybe you've been through a Saturn returns, or maybe just the whole Ouroboros conveyor belt of your life unfolding as it does through the spiral of space-time, and threading that needle, like using your conscious intention to like tell your story or create your story. We're gonna pull a couple of cards from the Dreams of Gaia. This card came out recently for us. It's the Nine of Swords, or the Nine of Air, and her wrists are bound by, this is like, there's a lot of like white light on this card and it's hard to see in this light, but there's this sword binding her wrists, and then there's a lotus at her throat. She has the all-seeing eye of the universe, which is kind of indicating that universal consciousness, and then this creation of like the cosmic egg behind her. She has fire in her fingertips. So again, with this threading the needle concept, it's like you're bringing about like a spiritual rebirth. She has this eagle tracing her eye here too. I don't know if you can quite see it. Her right eye. It's like you're bringing about this spiritual rebirth, this freedom, this access to the language of light by being able to tell your story, whatever that may be. Literally, so if you've ever tried to write a story, let's just say, like, you can go on and on and on with it. Heaven and earth. You're literally moving heaven and earth here. Card 11. Your birthday might be on the 9th. 11/9 might be your birthday, and you might be seeing like the numbers 9 and 11 quite a lot. But sorry, if you've ever tried to like tell a story or write a story, the art of storytelling is like, where do we begin and where do we end? Like, those are conscious choices that the author makes, and depending on what details are highlighted in a story, where you start, where you end, the meaning of the story can change entirely. So we bring meaning to our stories by choosing what details to highlight, by showing the beginning and the middle and the end, where it is that we see it from. Also, alternatively, there are certain details in stories that, like, because of their communal meaning in the collective subconscious, those details can't necessarily be changed. That is, there is in some regard an objective truth about that story. So this is you learning to discern this objective truth, and then also being able to tell your story with truth as you see it. All right. In this Heaven and Earth card, the I think this would be the Page of Pentacles in the the tarot. Whoa, I wanted to say Taurus. Again, that Taurus moon. We have a script here with money. So very well, like, storytelling may be something that you're doing. A wolf, a horse, a ram, a bear, and an owl under this oak tree. And then you have a person who's like half in this 3D reality and half in the like 5D reality. I'd actually like to read this card. I think it's a really interesting card. My intuitive interpretation of it is that it's like you've been through these iterations of these different life cycles or karmic cycles, and maybe you've like learned from these like totems or spirit animals, the independence and alternatively the communal like nature of wolves, for instance, the freedom and power of a horse, the stubbornness and industry of the ram, the ability of the bear to like store up energy for the future and release it when necessary, to go into hibernation and to come out. And then also the like motherly protection of bears is a really interesting thing to look into. And then you have the owl here, which is wisdom, and then talks to the goddess of Athena. Also, the owl is nocturnal and can indicate change and feminine intuition and embracing that. So let's see, card 11. Yeah, this would be the page. Heaven and earth, as above, so below. Nature, humanity, magic, mundane, material, immaterial. Separation is an illusion. Well, that's definitely a good sign for a spiritual level up reading. Center and align, spiritual being in a physical body. The spirit dwells in nature, experience life and learn from experience. Symbiotic relationships. If you harm the planet, you are also harming yourself and humanity. And the ordinary is magical and the magical is ordinary. The 11 of Earth is a balancing and realignment card. It suggests it is now time to keep yourself centered and in harmony with the world around you by banishing the illusion of separation. You are a spiritual being, a soul living in a physical body in order to experience and learn from life. You are here to learn from those experiences in order to grow and evolve. It is important to integrate and ground your belief in a higher power, or the intangible, here on the physical plane. Know that spirit, the divine, dwells in all things of earth, sky, and water. Honor, pray, or follow a particular spirit here on earth, rather. To be spiritual does not necessarily require that you pray or follow a particular religious path. Spirituality is about connection. It is about those little moments where we watch the sunrise or sunset, sitting in appreciation for these little things, like this life unfolding as it goes. I had this really interesting comment on one of my videos yesterday where somebody was like, I don't ascribe to your language of, or your religion of light. And I am not a really religious person. I'm like spiritual, but I'm not religious. And it's just interesting to see the things that people bring to the table when they're sort of encountering their projections. So the story might also be about you cutting through the illusion of projection and really tuning into what it is that you believe in spiritually. Again, this is a spiritual level up reading, so that's totally appropriate. We have the 3 of water here, or the 3 of cups. The 3 of cups is all about community. It's got a little pumpkin on it in the regular tarot, so it does indicate this season as we get into Halloween especially. And you're a water sign, right? It's Scorpio season, so this is you like fully embracing yourself in a way that you're able to also become involved in your community. It's so hard to see these cards because they're so bright, but she's got this face, her arm is up on one side and down on the other, so it's like she's almost in this cartwheel, but she's flowing. And then she has these 3 fish down here. 369 might be a number, like a spiritual number that you're looking into. I really like that. Oh, the counselor reversed. Okay. I really like that we have air, earth, and water here. That's like a really nice balance. Underneath heaven and earth, we have the 12 of water, which is the Knight of Water or the Counselor. So we have 11 and 12 here. This guy's really an excellent communicator. He's got these wings on his, or fins rather, on his cheeks. A heart at his third eye, a star at his throat chakra, and then these two whales. So it's almost like when he speaks something into existence, he understands, like, he's speaking his wish fulfillment. And then these whales indicate echolocation or telepathic communication. So it's almost like with this guy reversed underneath heaven and earth, it's like you haven't quite yet embraced your ability to, or rather your understanding of what it means to speak your truth. And in speaking your truth with this Nine of Swords, you'll be fully grounding your higher self into your current reality, and this will bring you community. So that's a really lovely, it might be a spiritual community, as in like your spirit guides, not actual like physical community. Maybe you're going on like a spiritual like retreat or something, or you're practicing some sort of, what do you call it? Like a voluntary silence. What does Scorpio need to know for this spiritual level up reading? Wednesday, October 25th. The Magus reversed. Interesting. Okay. So the Magus reverse came out yesterday as somebody else in your reading. This could also mean like spiritual attacks. Whether or not you believe in like spiritual or etheric beings, this could very well just be somebody like thinking or saying negative things about you that creates that sort of vibration in your energy field, and you're being encouraged with this Nine of Swords underneath it to energetically protect yourself. This doesn't have to be anything complicated. You can literally just, if you're feeling kind of down or feeling like some weird energy that's not really yours, Prince of Wands, you can just recognize that, like, oh, that's not my energy, that's somebody else's, and intend that any negative energy being sent your way be returned, transmuted for the greatest good of all. If you are experiencing negative energy that is yours too, it's like you'll have the discernment to realize what's yours and what's not, so that you're not A, projecting your own things onto other people, and B, absorbing other people's projections. Which is, sometimes it's part of our community, but it's like you're learning how to set these healthy boundaries. This Prince of Wands is like fiery, passionate, facing things head on. He's got the lion, the courage and strength of this lion, like fully yoked to his chariot, and he is moving forward. There's also, I don't know if that's an eagle or a lion, but it's like this guy's got, okay, this staff here with the bird, the ibis, I think in Egypt that staff also indicated like the voice. So you might be singing also. This is definitely something, or chanting, or using mantra to ground yourself and ground your spiritual self into your reality. And that will help turn this, when I read reversals, it's like this could be your energy, but there's something blocking it right now, something you haven't seen, or it could be somebody else's energy. And this is coming out to me as like your potential energy, which is being blocked by whatever vision it is that you have of separation right now between your 3D and your 5D. So turning this 12 of Wands, or 12 of Water rather, upright, is you engaging in this Prince of Wands energy and being able to speak your truth with passion, or engage in mantra with passion, however it is that you're using your voice right now, telling your story. You very well may just be telling your story through the actions that it is that you are taking. Like, instead of just writing it down or telling other people, it's like you're just taking action that shows what your story is. which is quite powerful. That is the essence of experiential learning, right? Is what is experience is the essence of knowledge or something. I don't know. I don't know the quote. If you know it, put it in the comments. Remember to like this video if you're enjoying my content, and share and subscribe if that's interesting to you. Let's see. Ooh, the Hermit, lovely. And the Ten of Wands. So the Princess of Swords on the bottom. Okay. That's pretty accurate, I'd say. So this community here is a spiritual community with the Hermit. You're being encouraged to just kind of like hold your light. The Hermit has the cosmic egg here with the snake around it. There's a three-headed dog of Cerberus below. I think this is a new life coming into being here, and then you're holding like this sun. The Hermit is Virgo energy. We have another major arcana indicated by this 9 here. So again, 11-9 might be your birthday. 999 might be showing up for you. 369. And in this Hermit energy, it's like you're able to tune into your spirit guides, and maybe even to a spiritual community like online or something. But this is really coming through as like ancestors, spirit guides, beings that are, or people who have passed over, who are like sending you messages or bringing you messages, and you being open to receive those in this flow state. This oppression is spiritual oppression. Again, this Magus reversed energy. It's like people who are just sending stuff your way, people or entities or beings. It's like maybe a Sagittarius or a fire sign. You may also have a Sagittarius in your energy that is dealing with something heavy, with this Saturn in Sagittarius that's dealing with something heavy, and like you might be related to a Sagittarius. I'm getting like sibling. I have a sibling who's a Sagittarius, and this is recalling her energy for me. But this might be somebody else to you. You might have a Sagittarius who's dealing with something like heavy, and you're aware that this is like a spiritual sort of like heaviness that's weighing on them, and you're embracing your gifts in like cutting away that like confusion or that cloudiness or whatever that spiritual kind of like oppression is. You might be like stepping into becoming like an exorcist or something. I was reading, or no, I was watching a documentary on Netflix recently about the Amityville like horror like hauntings, and I thought it was really interesting because they were talking about the process of getting an exorcism from the Catholic Church is actually really difficult, and there's like a lot of paperwork that goes with it, which I just would not have expected, I guess. So you might be in some sort of like, I don't know, some process of like learning to engage in this spiritual warfare with an intention, which is a specific message for just a couple of you out there. Interesting. Ooh, okay. We have another 9 coming out. Gain. Ooh, we have a couple of 9s coming out. Interesting. Completion. Okay. So we have Indolence, the 8 of Cups reversed. This is Pisces energy. Sorry. Let's see here. Venus in Aries. Mars in Gemini. Cruelty. Venus in Virgo. Gain. So you may have experienced some sort of separation from community in Pisces season of 2023 this year. Or by Pisces season, you might find a way to ground this sort of spiritual community in your reality. With this 999 here, Virgo energy, Gemini. You might be dealing with a Virgo or a Gemini, or have these in your chart. The number 9 is like nearing completion. So you're nearing the completion of a cycle that's bringing you like material gain, whether that be financial or like the material gain of grounding this energy in the ethers in like your 3D, especially with this Hermit here. What is this cruelty and completion? You might have, we have 9 of Swords twice here. You have 9 of Swords coming out twice here. Ruin. 10 of Swords from a Knight of Wands. Okay. So I almost feel like with this 10 here indicating completion of these 9 of Swords and then the Knight of Wands reversed on the bottom, I almost feel like you were dealing with a person who was impulsive. Maybe they burned you. I don't know. Maybe you this is coming out as like another person for me. And almost like somebody who wasn't even really in your sphere, if that makes sense. Somebody like in this Magus reversed, whoever this Magus reversed is, and this Knight of Wands reversed. There's also a Knight of Cups reversed underneath that. I'm almost hearing like Knights Templar kind of deal. Like maybe you were dealing with especially if you're looking into like becoming an exorcist or something. This is such a strange reading. It's like you had like brothers or a fraternity or people around you, maybe a coven, who were like trying to support you with the Hangman underneath that. They were like trying to support you, but like also to keep you in their sphere of energy, so that like your sphere of influence was also their sphere of influence. It's like they were trying to support you, knowing that you had like this sort of ability, whatever this ability is for gain. But it was like for their own, it was for their own purposes. This may have come to an ending in Libra season, so as late as last week. And with this 9 of Swords on top of this Princess of Swords, it's like I'm hearing that you sort of, whatever your ability is in communicating with the etheric realms or grounding spiritual energy into the 3D for this like gain. I'm seeing that you were like really emotionally drained in dealing with other people in this sphere of influence, whatever this was. And so you're taking like your time out, your space, you're creating your boundaries, having better boundaries, and you're not like taking the blame anymore for things that aren't yours. And it's almost like what I'm seeing is that like by doing this, by taking the blame for things that weren't really yours to take the blame for, it was acting sort of as like a sacrificial magic in a way for other people to experience gains off of your energy, which is not something that comes through in my readings very often. Princess of Discs. Yeah, you're fully like, you're ending this sort of like theorizing, things being in the in your mind, in the ethers, whatever this Gemini, Mars and Gemini energy is. It could be like a twin flame connection that was really difficult to navigate. They are essentially like a twin flame connection is sort of defined as something that's difficult to navigate because it's designed to, if you believe in that sort of thing, it's designed to like have you grow spiritually. So when you meet your twin flame, you do experience this like sort of crumbling so that things around you can grow, almost like a tower moment. But it's like you're becoming grounded in this completion, Four of Wands energy. This is also in the traditional tarot, of course, the Four of Wands is like the marriage card or community, like kind of stepping through the 11-11 gateway. Again, 11-11 might be a very important day for you. Speaking of which, if you want to enter in for the 11-11 free reading drawing, you can just put free reading in the comments, and remember that I will need, when I do announce the winner, I will need an email from the winner in order to just send you your reading. I won't use it for any other purposes. So yeah, Princess of Discs, you getting grounded. Princess of Swords, you learning to wield your thoughts with an emotional flavor that is controlled as well. The Sun reversed. So the Sun is happiness on both sides. This is the happiest card on the deck. If you are getting it reversed, it means the same thing reversed as it means upright. It has all of the, on this card, I really like this card because it has all of the zodiac signs in between these rays. And it can indicate everything on it in its own time. I think we'll clarify with the tarot. I feel like the need to pull one more card from here, and then 8 of Discs reversed with another Virgo card, Sun and Virgo reversed. There's a lot of Virgo energy here. Prudence reversed. So with this 9 of Swords and Prudence reversed, the Hermit 999. I'm just going to put these kind of all together right here. Boom, boom, boom. Whatever you're going through with this, like, earthy energy, again, the idea of separation might have been something that was really a challenge for you this year or in this cycle. Yeah, Page of Pentacles reversed, especially as it relates to your security. And your self-worth, which might be this 9 of Swords. It's like you've maybe been really unkind to yourself or had unkind thoughts about yourself, which allowed you to take credit for kind of things that other people were doing that weren't necessarily yours. With this 10 of Wands oppression card, you're learning to cut those loose. Cut loose also is coming through. Like, have some fun. Go out, just enjoy like the little moments. Like maybe you haven't done enough of that, especially with this spiritual like level up reading and this Hermit energy. Like what's coming through is that you actually enjoy the feeling of this oppression, whatever it is. You actually like kind of in true Scorpio fashion have like perhaps a slightly masochistic tendency to like put too much on yourself, give yourself like too many burdens, and this is like directly connected to your self-worth. And with the Virgo energy here, like the way you perceive yourself and how you present to others. The Mask reverse came out yesterday. 10 of Earth reverse came out, Pentacles reverse, sorry. So what I'm actually seeing here is that your mask is this like, it's almost like a martyrdom, Death reverse. It's almost like a martyrdom and the Ace of Swords reverse. Okay, we'll clarify that in a second. Almost like a martyrdom. Like you take on these burdens sort of feeling good about doing that and like feeling like you're capable of doing that. And then it gives you like this sense of self-worth, whatever that may be. And the ruin and the completion is like you stopping doing this. Like, you don't need to be burdened to be worth something. You don't need to like have a bunch of responsibilities to like have worth. You don't have to have the best paying job or like be some CEO or a doctor or whatever. Like, you are inherently like sovereign because you're a human being on the planet. That's it. Like, and there's like, I think sort of a culture of needing to be busy or needing to have that title or needing to blah 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 in our sort of I always kind of get to the capitalism thing, but like Marx, I think it was Marx that said the human being inevitably becomes the goods in a capitalistic society. And if you're the goods, it's like you learn to gain value by externalizing, by relating to what's external. And this is you becoming sovereign through like basically cutting out this lie that what's outside you is you. Again, we started with that energy of separation as an illusion. That's so interesting. Being left out in the cold. Interesting. 5 of Pentacles upright for Scorpio. What is this, being left out in the cold? Yeah, so you're leaving this energy of like Hermit mode, 8 of Discs reverse, 9 of Swords, gain. You're getting rid of this energy of gain through like martyrdom and really grounding yourself in rest, defending your position as like defending your self-worth in this position of like just sovereignty is what I'm hearing. Sovereignty keeps coming through. 5 of Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles, 4 of Swords, 7 of Wands. To clarify this energy that's coming through here. What is this 5 of Pentacles with the 3 of Pentacles? 10 of Wands reversed. 8 of Swords. So you might be like burdening somebody else or undoing your burdens by just walking away from, again, this idea of like a lack of self-worth or this idea of yourself as impoverished somehow. I'm hearing spiritually impoverished. It's like almost by engaging in this excessive like spirituality, whatever that may be, it's like the whole point of the spiritual connection has been undone by like excessively accepting it. And so you're being asked to just rest your mind, ground yourself in the 3D, protect your vitality, your vital energy, your spiritual source energy, avoid gossip. The High Priestess reversed. For this Sun reversed. New emotional beginning coming in with the 8 of Swords and the High Priestess reversed. So if you're dealing with like a twin flame connection that has encouraged a spiritual like level up or whatever, the twin in this circumstance is becoming enlightened and really tuning in with their emotional selves. You're being encouraged to sort of come back from the dead. Like come back from whatever this like isolation it is that you've been in. This death reverse can mean, yeah, resurrection. And with this Eight of Swords, what I'm feeling is that if people have been like talking about you or communicating about you, perhaps especially as you've related, or like as it's related to like you leaving somebody out in the cold or you leaving a situation behind, that situation was designed to keep you bound. And in accepting like the truth of this in your reality, it's like you're seeing yourself as still bound. Your vital energy is like still being drained by having to deal with this situation, but you are being gifted a new emotional beginning with this sun by, again, just like cutting energetic ties to this situation. I'm going to clean this board up. It's getting complicated here. And I'm just going to do like a simple 5-card advice to end this reading out. 36 minutes even on the timer. This reading felt a little bit all over the place, which might be like an indication of why all these like wands were out here. Like your vital energy might be a little bit all over the place. You might be trying to do too many things at once. Again, just sort of embracing that like as within, so without, as above, so below, like I am enough mentality, and letting that ripple out into like the effects of your 3D reality will be very helpful for that new emotional beginning that's coming for you this season. This one just flew out with Justice. Okay, interesting. This is how this stuff showed up for me. Sorry. Yeah, okay, so that Knight of Wands is here. 9 of Wands reverse is here. This impulsive person or peoples, whoever you were dealing with. We have a card 11 again. Again, 11, 11. 9 and 11. 11, 9 might be an important day for you. Justice is coming out here. The messages that you're receiving in this season are bringing victory and wish fulfillment. And the people that have been talking about this situation, or the people that are hearing about this situation, are seeing this Knight of Wands and that impulsivity, excuse me, for what it is. Seeing this person is wounded, injured, and I think sending messages your way to injure, which came out in your reading yesterday for this like Queen of Swords character. We have Temperance reversed and the Moon. 9 of Pentacles and the Sun again with the Hermit. Okay, so the Sun and the Hermit are like really important energies for you to embrace this season. The Hermit, of course, is like you're sort of doing your own thing, staying in your own lane. What you don't see is the messages that are coming in regarding the intemperate behavior of this Knight of Wands figure. Just sort of staying in your own lane and focusing on the things that are good in your life is bringing you this wish fulfillment, 9 of Pentacles energy. Also, messages coming in through your intuition are leading you exactly where you need to go. This 4 of Pentacles has wanted to come out. Somebody's trying to undo your stability. Whatever, I'm hearing like a small measure of stability. Like you walked away from a situation with that 5 of Pentacles that was there, that has brought you just a small measure of stability, which is going to become a large measure of stability, especially if you're in a twin flame connection, or if you're becoming and feeling whole within yourself. The more you do this, the more it reflects into your reality, bringing about this wish fulfillment. You have the Sun, the Moon, and the stars, so literally like celestial like alignment of your like happiness and joy. And I mean this is Scorpio season, so maybe that's all that it is just that celestial alignment. I think what's interesting about the way these cards kind of came out is even though like you're in a place of being aligned, having the sun, the moon, the stars, everything is like aligned for you. You've gotten justice, or you're getting justice, which is like heralding these messages of victory that's bringing in the sun, moon, stars energy. You're still very alone, is what I'm hearing. The Hermit is here with the Nine of Pentacles. So these are both very like singular energies. The Star is here holding 2 cups. She's there alone. The Sun is here with this child who's also just alone, like powerful, but alone. And that's this 2 of Wands reversed. The 2 of Wands is like looking back on the situation as it has occurred. And though he has the world in his hands, he's not exactly satisfied. Everything's kind of gray in this landscape. And it's because perhaps this Knight of Wands person was somebody you cared for. This Page of Wands, what I think is interesting is it's like you go from the 2 of Wands here to the Page of Wands who's looking up at this 10 of Pentacles reversed, which is causing these like sleepless nights, this anxiety. Advice for Scorpios regarding this 10 of Pentacles reversed and the 9 of Swords. Because this is all like super happy energy here. Queen of Wands, King of Cups reversed. Okay. This is a couple. They came out in your reading yesterday. The King of Cups and the Queen of Wands. It's like she's a fiery, vain, jealous energy. Maybe she sent this Knight of Wands after you. I don't know. The King of Cups is like emotionally balanced, but he's in the reverse. So it's like he's like cut off to his emotions. He's tyrannical. So you have this like tyrannical sort of like non-empathetic and potentially even like the King of Cups reverse can be somebody who's literally like sociopathic, like does not have the ability to feel emotions. Whereas the Queen of Wands reverse is somebody who's like, she lets her emotions like get away from her in such a way. She's like the Wicked Queen in Snow White, who's the fairest of them all, and it's Snow White, and so she goes to like kill Snow White. She sends this Knight of Wands or the Hunter like after Snow White to like collect her heart. So I don't know who that is for you. Clarify advice for, I think you're being asked to see this for what it is, the situation for what it was. And maybe what's keeping you up is realizing that like these people did whatever they did for money and for security. And maybe you just don't like to really see people in that light. You're just kind of like, what? Like the way this Page of Wands is standing, it's looking up towards the 10 of Pentacles, but it's also, he's just kind of like got his wand and he's like what? 43:30 on the timer. What's this 9 of Swords or 9 of Swords and 10 of Pentacles reversed for Scorpio? Judgment. Woo! So the advice reading, right? The advice spread begins with justice and ends with judgment. With all your happy energy up in here. And then you've got this Queen of Wands, King of Cups reversed with the 9 of Wands and Temperance reversed on their side, that side, with the 10 of Pentacles reversed. So card 20, Judgment, again, it indicates resurrection. And it may very well be a resurrection of all of these good energies for you. It may be a resurrection of this situation to bring justice to it. You may be waiting for a legal situation to close out, which is why you're feeling this 9 of Swords energy and looking at these Pentacles reversed, like somebody has, these people did what they did for money, which was like also your security somehow. What is this 10 of Pentacles reversed for Scorpios? with the Judgment card. So the Judgment angel is Archangel Gabriel. The Hanged Man. Which might be a really... so that you had the Hanged Man over here before. This is you taking your power back from a situation where other people were using your vital spiritual energy to like... yeah, to like manifest what it is they wanted. And it's like you're taking your power back in order to manifest, and you're feeling bad about it. You're feeling bad about it because you're not like whatever this situation is, the kind of person who uses other people for your own means. And I think acknowledging that that's what these people were doing is like hard for you. Like you don't want to make that judgment call. The Empress. You're being encouraged to be in your Empress energy. They did what they did. The situation was what it was. Again, this illusion of separation might be like confounding you a little bit also, because you might be thinking to yourself like, well, if I am engaged in the law of attraction, then everything that's happened in my reality is technically my responsibility, right? Like I've created that situation somehow. But we are in a space of co-creation, and it's like you've taken all the responsibility you can for what it is that you've brought to the table in this situation, and then these people, like, whatever it was, have not. And that whole, like, martyrdom Scorpio thing that came out with the Thoth Tarot, like the Nine of Swords, the Hermit, Nine of Wands, I think it was. That's what you're ending out, is this cycle of needing to feel burdened, of needing to take on other people's burdens, of needing to save people from their own, like, karma. Like, whatever it is that you've been doing to try and, like, be there for others in a way that, like, saves them from themselves, that cycle is ending. Because it's actually robbing people of the experience of their experience, of the ability to, like, learn from experience. And it's also, I mean, maybe you see things coming for other people through their actions, and you're like, well, maybe I can help them out or whatever. Again, you might be a counselor. I said again because, like, I think about a week and a half ago, we had a reading for somebody who was, like, in counseling or becoming a counselor. But it's time for you to, like, rest, chill, be happy, absorb, like, nutrients and nutrition might be really important for you. Let this judgment call be made. It may not be the one you want to make, but like you're very much being encouraged to do that because you have all, like, literally everything is here for you already. And I think that the judgment call you're also afraid to make will result in like this very much being alone, like feeling alone in the 3D, like. But that Three of Cups was here with the dreams of Gaia initially. We have the Empress here in her 3, the 9, 3, 6, 9. Flying out, the Page of Cups. Yeah. So as soon as you are like in this energy of like, I'm abundant, I'm nurtured, I see my blessings, they're everywhere, they're in the sun, the moon, the stars, they're in the air with this like bird, they're in the communication from my spirit guides, they're in divine justice. Whatever occurred over here, it's like it's in the past. I'm stepping through the door. I'm going to look forward to my 10 of Pentacles. And I'm going to embrace my 10 of Pentacles instead of worrying about the judgment call that was made in order for that to like come about for me. Because these people were like trying to take it. That's so weird. Anyway, as soon as you embrace this Empress energy and all of the blessings in front of you, this sort of illusion of not being emotionally fulfilled will fall away. Three of Wands. Yeah, and your ships are like already coming in. I don't know why, but I keep getting this feeling of like you don't want it. Like you don't want that fulfillment. Like maybe you feel like you don't deserve it, or you feel like you haven't worked hard enough for it. There's very much this deep-seated root energy of just not feeling like you are worth it, which is heavy. That's just really heavy. Maybe even like going all the way back to childhood. Maybe you experienced like neglect or abandonment, and those first years of life kind of set the tone for you and how you feel worth. But you're being challenged right now spiritually to like see the worth of a life as it unfolds without the labels or attachments or the job description. Six of Hearts reversed. These cards don't have a reverse reading. What I like about this card is there's all of these mermaids working together to bring this, like, she's like harnessed this stork, and this is indicating like spiritual enlightenment or spiritual awareness. She's achieved this sort of level of spiritual awareness. Again, this is a spiritual level up reading, and it brings through this rope all of her sisters up with her. So I can't really think of a better card to end this reading out. As you embrace your gifts, as you embrace your own sovereignty, your own sense of self-worth, the community that surrounds you, however alone you feel right now, the community that surrounds you will be lifted up from you lifting yourself up. So it's only temporary, this aloneness, and it's temporary and scary because it's like you're taking the leap first, and you may not even see it that way. But if you have to transmute that sense of martyrdom, maybe that's the best way to look at it. Like, I'm taking this leap. Come with me. I don't know who this is for. This is a really cool reading. Please let me know if it resonated with you. Again, if you'd like to enter for the free reading on 11/11, you can go ahead and put free reading in the comments and look out for instructions on how to claim that when I announce the winner on 11/11. You can donate via Cash App or Cash App or Patreon. Those are both linked below. What else? You can book a personal reading with me on my Etsy, which is also linked below if you would like. And you can reach out via social media. I have TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. My handle is also linked below. Anyways, that is all. I am really glad you're all here. Thanks for letting me read for you. All right. Love ya. Bye.